Hi guys, welcome back to Sheri Approved. I hope everyone is well, and today finally we are on part 3 and the last part of my series on my 2019 skincare discoveries. So in this video we will be talking about moisturizers, SPFs, and just a couple random things that just need to be in this video. So the first thing is moisturizer. Now generally for people of my skin type, we usually gravitate to more gel type consistency moisturizers, especially for daytime, because you know that oily skin needs to be moisturized, but at the same time we don't want something that's too heavy, especially if you're going to wear makeup and so on. You don't want it to be disrupting your makeup or adding to the extra oil production during the day. For a long time I have loved the L'Oreal Hydrogenas, I've loved the Neutrogena Hydro Boost. I've even found another Korean one called the Sweet Skin, which was Bay, but it was discontinued, so I cannot show you that. I used that significantly in 2019. I'm looking everywhere for it, and basically if you see one or two pop up on eBay, you're literally buying it, right? So I needed to look for something to replace that because I so fell in love with the Sweet Skin, and I wanted something that was similar and still looking, because there's something about the Sweet Skin that I loved, which is that it also had ceramides. But in doing that, I discovered a daytime moisturizer that I absolutely fell in love with, and that's by a brand called Unique. That's this brand. Now I mentioned them before because they have lovely serums. In fact, their rose serum was one that surprised me in terms of helping my pores, especially under makeup, and as I use it a part of my morning skincare routine. But this particular moisturizer is their Centella Calming Gel Cream. This is 70% Centella Asiatica, which is a fantastic ingredient for calming the skin. I've mentioned it many times before, not just my skin type, which is acne prone, but also for people with other skin irritations or dermatitis, rosacea, that kind of thing. It's usually very good to help just keep the skin less inflamed and more calm in general. So this is 70% Centella Asiatica. It also has tea tree leaf water, not tea tree oil, but tea tree leaf water, which of course is going to be helpful in preventing and treating blemishes. So besides your regular skincare, this also has just a little bit of something that is going to help the skin, and therefore it's blemish calming. So besides all of those good things, this is the part that I'd really love. This is like completely a gel. So if you love the L'Oreal Hydrogenas or the Neutrogena Hydro Boost, this is those types of moisturizers next level, because it's not just having that lovely light texture that is going to give you the moisture that you need. And as I rub it, that little bit goes a very, very long way. You can actually feel as though water is just seeping into the pores of your skin, and it dries down completely. When I say completely, it's not going to be this matte hard kind of feeling, but it is matte, so that you are not going to have any extra shine, anything like that on your skin. But besides just being, like how the L'Oreal and the Neutrogena has hyaluronic acid and is going to, attract moisture to your skin, this also has extra great skincare ingredients. So it's going to be a boost and a benefit for your skin. While I'm oily acne prone, I definitely recommend it for those of you who have that skin type. Anybody between normal skin to oily skin could actually use this, because it's just a really good daytime moisturizer. But while we love those gel type moisturizers, you all know that I talk about the Beauty Hacks lip mask, but they don't only produce that. So because I fell so much in love with the lip mask, which by the way, let me just mention in between here, because that was one of my 2019 discoveries for the lips. They also have some other products, including a moisturizer, and because I'd fallen in love with the lip mask, I said, okay, let me try something else from them and see how I feel about it. So I got this is the Too Glow. Actually, I was showing you the back. The Too Glow by Beauty Hacks, and this is their turmeric and apricot oil moisture booster, and this is for all skin types. Now, the interesting thing is this is not a gel. This is actually a cream. So just look at the difference in texture. This one is actually a cream as opposed to a gel, and you see what just came out there in one pump. That's more than sufficient to cover your entire face. And look at this. Please don't go pumping more than that. Look how far, because I'm taking this all down my arm, and it's more than enough. And look at how this one leaves the skin. Now, while I am oily, this moisturizer worked really, really well for me. Now, first of all, this has a smell because of the turmeric that is in there. So it has this earthy not in a bad way at all. It's a very earthy, herbally, warm type of scent. I don't know how to describe it, but that's really from the ingredients. This also has apricot oil. This has neem, this has basil, it has jasmine extract. So there are a couple essential oils in there. If that might be an issue for you, you maybe want to be careful with this. But for me, it's perfectly fine. And it also has coconut oil. Now, when I had first seen that coconut oil was an ingredient in this, I emailed them before I ordered it, because coconut oil does actually clog my pores. So I avoid coconut oil on my skin. For some people, you may break out with coconut oil, and it's because of the type. So once I had discovered a couple of years ago that unfractionated coconut oil is the one that is more prone to cause clogged pores, but fractionated coconut oil is the one that's good for me, or I could use on my skin, will absorb into the skin and will not give me clogged pores. That's what I started to look for in ingredients in terms of products with coconut oil. So I emailed them to find out which form of coconut oil was in this product. They confirmed for me that it is fractionated coconut oil, and that is why I went ahead and purchased. I have had no issues with getting breakouts or anything like that. I have been able to use this moisturizer under makeup. It's really nice for giving your skin an extra boost. Turmeric is brightening, some extra hydration and moisture into the skin. And one of the things that I loved about this as well is that it's great for all skin types. So people from dry to oily can use this. It's very balancing. It does not get greasy, and it's been a great all-time daytime moisturizer for me. A good thing is that if you actually choose to get a moisturizer like this one, you could actually use it day and night. So it doubles, and it does, works well for both. The next items that I'm going to talk about is SPF. And I was one of the first people to talk about, at least in Trinidad and Tobago, the Misha range of SPFs. I got a lot of you hooked on that, and I've actually stopped using that for a couple of years now since I started to discover others. I have tried so many K-beauty or Korean SPFs by now. It's ridiculous. If I try to count them and so on. Some worked for me, some didn't. Some were okay, and then some were just really, really good. And for a long time, I have been using the Etude House Sunrise Mild Airy Finish SPF. I continue to recommend that, especially if you have normal to oily skin. It works well. It's SPF 50. It dries down to a comfort matte, so it's good. It's not going to add any extra oil, which has been one of the issues that a lot of people have had with traditional Western SPFs on the skin. But I did tell you guys about this. This is the Purito Comfy Water Sunblock SPF, and this one is also SPF 50. This one is a 70% water formulation. It is non-sticky. There is 0 to minimal white cast. And why I say 0 to minimal, like when you put it on, I actually did a little video with this. I will try to see if I can insert a clip on it. But basically when you apply this and you apply it at first, you may be like, okay, I am seeing a little bit of something in terms of the white cast, but you just give it a couple minutes and it completely melts into the skin. It is very hydrating, and while it's hydrating, it is not oily. There is a difference, complete difference. What I also love about this is that it's 100% mineral or physical SPF. So this is titanium dioxide and zinc oxide. I am one of those who I don't like chemical SPFs on my skin for a couple reasons. There's a lot of research right now that's talking about the fact that it actually seeps into your blood. But even before that, I was not a chemical SPF lover, simply because generally those burn my eyes. So I used to naturally just veer off to mineral. But the thing about mineral SPFs is that those are the ones that will more than likely give you a white cast. So the Koreans have been using nanotechnology to reduce that by a huge bit. So this works really good. I could wear this on its own, and I have worn it under makeup. I have gone through, I think this one is my 3rd tube. And one of the things that I will mention about this as well is that it is safe enough to use on babies and children. In fact, this is the SPF that I have been using on Hadassah since she was 6 months. Before 6 months, there's some a lot of brands will not necessarily recommend using SPF on babies, but I use this on her with no problem, and she continues to use it just fine. The other one that I will mention that I didn't sneak peek at all, because I started to use this coming on to the end of 2019, is this one. And this is by another Korean brand, and it's called the Some by Me True Seeker Mineral 100 Calming SPF. The 100 there just means it's 100% mineral filters, so exactly the titanium dioxide and the zinc oxide as well. But this one also has some tea tree in it, and that's why they are pushing that whole green and white calming kind of thing. The thing is, I got a sample of this to try, and I put it on. I'm like, I love how this feels. I love how this looks. It same way it melts into the skin. I don't have a white cast. It works well under makeup and so on. And it reminded me so much of the Purito. And I'm like, okay, these two are so similar. So I went and I just googled the ingredients list. They have almost the exact same ingredients in the exact order, and it's no wonder. So while I'm talking about this, I'll also mention that both of them have niacinamide, which is brightening and helps to control or balance sebum in the skin. Both of them have Centella asiatica extract, which is calming to the skin. And while this one actually promotes tea tree and it's a little bit higher up, the Purito also has a little bit of tea tree, but it's much lower down. But besides that, all their ingredients are almost exactly the same and in the exact order. And they also talk about using the nanotechnology to reduce white cast. In fact, they advertise zero white cast. So either one of these will work really well, whether you have even from dry skin all the way up to oily acne prone. It will work great for you because they do have that hydrating factor, but it's not oily, it's not greasy, it wears well. And yeah, I am so in love with these that I have not used the Etude House since then. And I'm so not worried about the whole matte thing because these are not greasy. They would make your skin look hydrated, but very healthy, and I love how they work on my skin. So just a couple things left. So I mentioned the Beauty Hacks lip mask. I'm not going to go into detail on that simply because I already did a video on that. I will link it below. But one of the things that I fell in love with the Beauty Hacks mask is just that it has 8 ingredients, but those 8 ingredients are really good. They lock moisture into the skin, into the lips. If you have dry lips or normal lips, whatever, you need it in your life. And a lot of people get tied up because it is a lip mask. The idea of that comes from the Laneige lip mask, where you apply it overnight and you leave it. But in fact, it's really just a really good lip balm as well. So I use it every day, morning and evening, and I use it under my lipstick. I actually have it on under my lipstick that I'm wearing now. I put it under my liquid lipsticks. It does not affect the integrity of the product or how the product wears or how it, in fact, it makes it apply better and my lips feel comfortable all day. So yeah, that's just a plug for this because this was definitely a 2019 discovery and a 2019 fave. One thing I want to mention before I close this video is a tool, and that's this. This is my rose quartz roller. So the jade roller phenomena just swept Instagram, swept the beauty community throughout, I think, 2018 and 2019. It was really popular, and I had it from before, but I really started to use it a lot more during 2019, and my preference is actually the rose quartz. I'll probably talk about that a little bit more some other time. But whether you choose a jade roller or rose quartz roller, whether you choose a very expensive one or one that's not so expensive, really and truly they are performing the same functions. Some people believe in the healing powers of different stones, whatever. That's not what I'm using this for. I actually use my roller for lymphatic drainage, to increase circulation in the skin, to boost the skin. It's actually really good because once you get that blood flowing, like fresh blood, just you kind of boost and encourage circulation in the skin, you will just actually naturally have healthier looking skin, more glowy skin. And there are some reports that talk about it having anti-aging benefits because of that, helping wrinkles and so on over time. I don't know about that part, but I have definitely seen it help me in terms of just boosting the overall look of my skin, helping that lymphatic drainage, especially before an event, sometimes at nighttime, in the morning to depuff. And I love that these have 2 sides, so I could use this one all over my face and this smaller part under my eyes. I did demo this in my nighttime skincare routine video that I did a couple months ago, and I continue to use it. It's a great love. So whether you choose a rose quartz or a jade or whichever, a lot of these tools are really just helping the circulation in your skin, and that's always a plus. Do you need it? Is it an absolute must? Is it necessary? Probably not. But if you're extra like me, you want to get it into your skincare routine. The last thing I would mention is this, and this is the Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow Ultra Fine Mist. And why am I putting this in this video? And this is the last item I will talk about, because I actually don't use this so much to set makeup, but you can use it. But I keep this in my handbag, and I realized, wait a minute, I wasn't thinking about putting a refresher spray in my skincare discoveries, but I realized that I actually use this quite a bit. So I would be at the office sometimes in the afternoon, and for 2 reasons. One, I may just feel for a pick-me-up because you are in air conditioning all day, like if you're in an office like me, and that dries out the skin. So misting this on my skin will just give me back a little bit of, moisture into the skin. But besides that, sometimes if you blot your makeup and you find, oh my God, blotting, the oil just took everything out, this just kind of livens it up again. And the smell of this one especially is so nice. So there's a lot of things, the aesthetic value, but also the hydration for the skin that I use this for. And again, the mist on this perfection. I talked about this in my haul, but I continue to use this, and this has been a part of my skincare routine as well. And guys, those are the last items I wanted to share with you, my 2019 skincare discoveries. Please make sure and leave a comment below, like this video if you did enjoy the content, and let's have a conversation. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.